Hey everyone, how's it going? This is Chase from Northern Illinois University, and I'm an NSCA certified personal trainer. And today I'm going to be demonstrating a few no equipment bodyweight moves that you can use to strengthen your entire body. And whether you don't have access to a gym, don't enjoy going out to the gym, or just prefer to work out at home, having an entire bodyweight routine that requires no equipment is great for resistance training, plus you can do it at any time. This routine is also perfect to alternate with a cardio abs routine from a previous issue of Student Health. So most of the time when people think of bodyweight exercises, push-ups are one of the first things that come to mind, and many people don't do much else than bodyweight push-ups, sit-ups, and squats. And while this is a great way to strengthen the body, push-ups alone for the upper body can contribute to the common forward shoulder posture that's already brought on by hours of sitting and daily computer work, especially if you don't stretch. So as a way to help combat and fix this problem, I've added a few exercises that work on your posterior chain, which is basically your entire backside, while stretching out the front, and also another exercise that builds the upper back, which is an often overlooked area when it comes to bodyweight exercises, since it can be hard to isolate that upper back when you're without a pull-up bar or row bars or anything like that. So for each of these exercises, I would recommend doing 2 sets of each if you're a beginner, 3 sets if you're an intermediate, and 4 if you are advanced. And in order to try the next variation of an exercise, you should be able to do at least 10 reps of the previous one, and that'll make sense when I get to all of the exercises that we're doing. And as far as how many reps to do, if you want to build some more muscle, you're going to stick in the 6 to 12 rep range, and you'll want to be close to failure for almost all of the sets that you do. And for bodyweight exercises, training close to failure basically means that you're going to stop when your form begins to go bad. For example, when the hips begin to sag in a push-up. And if you're wanting to build strength and increase the tonicity and density of your muscles instead of just the size, you can stick with a lower number of reps, around 3 to 6, and then you're going to stop 2 to 3 reps before you would normally start having to struggle to get those last few reps out. And you may have to try a harder variation than you would normally do just to challenge yourself in the lower rep range, since this is going to recruit more muscle fibers into activation, which is key for getting stronger. So you just need to make sure that that form is still good. And now I will demonstrate each exercise and explain the form. So starting with squats, the beginner variation is the wall sit. Begin leaning against the wall with your feet a foot or so away from the wall. Slide down until your thighs are parallel to the floor, and hold this position while keeping the core tight and the upper body held against the wall the entire time. The arms can rest at the sides, or you can hold them out in front of you to challenge the shoulders as well. Hold this position for a designated time, and you will want to work up to 1 minute and 30 seconds before moving on to the intermediate variation. The intermediate variation is the jump squat. Begin with your feet in a squat stance, usually about shoulder width apart. Begin by sitting back with the hips slightly, then bend at the knees until your thighs are about parallel with the floor, keeping the chest up and the spine in a straight line. From here, explosively jump up, and as you land, absorb the shock by sitting back using that same form as in the first one, and then repeat by jumping up again. Finally, the advanced variation is the box pistol squat. Begin standing facing away from a chair, bed, bench, or anything that you have that is around knee level. Stand on one leg, letting the other leg hover straight in front of you, just off the ground. Slowly lower yourself down with the same form as the jump squat, bending at the hips first, then the knees. Hold the arms out in front of you to help counterbalance, and you want to sit down fully on whatever you have available, then stand back up, trying to limit any rocking and use of momentum. For push-ups, the beginner variation is the modified push-up. Begin by kneeling with the hands out in front. Straighten your hips so that there is no bend in them, and you're going to align the hands so that the arms are in a straight line down from the shoulders. As you go down into the push-up, your forearms should stay in a straight line and go down until the tops of the arms are parallel to the floor. Now as you advance from a modified to a regular push-up, there are 2 key moves to work on to make the transition. The first is the advanced side-to-side push-up on the knees, as this will strengthen your arms more than doing the regular modified push-ups. This is the same setup as the modified push-up, but you're going to spread your hands out wide and lean to one side, then go down into the push-up, keeping your weight mostly on one arm. Once you can do 20 side-to-side push-ups, or 10 per side, then you can try moving on to push-up negatives. So start in the push-up position and lower yourself as slowly as possible, keeping the core tight. Then push yourself back up using the knees. Once you can do about 10 negatives, each rep taking 3 to 5 seconds, you should be more than capable of doing a full push-up with good form. The intermediate variation is the basic push-up. You're going to start in a plank position on the toes and with the arms in a straight line down from the shoulders. Keep the hands closer to the body to work more triceps and further out to strengthen the shoulders a little bit more, along with the chest for both. As you go down into the push-up, your forearms should stay in a straight line and go down until the tops of the arms are parallel to the floor, then push yourself back up, still keeping that core nice and tight. The advanced variation is the side-to-side push-up. Begin in the same position as a regular push-up, but have the hands spread out much wider. Transfer your weight onto mostly one arm by shifting your body to that side. From here, go down into a push-up, keeping the body close to that one arm, only using the other arm for as much support as you need. Once you come back up, alternate sides. Now these next two are going to help stretch out the often tight chest and shoulder muscles, so they're perfect to do right after your push-ups. The beginner's variation is the tabletop. Begin sitting on the floor, knees bent, resting your weight on the hands behind you. Turn your hands out so that your fingers are facing away from your body and raise your hips up until your stomach makes a straight line from your knees to your shoulders. Allow the head to relax back as you go up. The more advanced move is the bridge press. Begin laying on the ground with your knees bent, grabbing the ankles with your hands. Bridge your hips up and place your hands so that they are to the side of your head. From here, press through the heels and hands, coming into a full bridge. Once you can hold this position comfortably for about 10 seconds, bend at the elbows, slowly lowering your head to the ground. Once contact is made, extend the elbows again and press back up into the full bridge. You may want to place a towel under your head if you do not have a carpeted surface, or to use as a safety precaution until you're more comfortable with the movement. This last one is a great one for everyone to do daily, as it not only stretches out the chest region, but it also strengthens the lower and upper back. This move is called the prone cobra. You're going to begin by lying face down with the arms and legs fully extended. Position your hands in a thumbs up position and balance yourself on your hips and toes. Flex the low back to allow the upper body to come up, and as you do so, open up the arms until they can't go back any further as you squeeze the back muscles. Return to the starting position and repeat this movement. Alright, so as I mentioned before, this routine is excellent to do either 2 or 3 times a week, and you can have a cardio abs day in between. And if you're short on time, I would recommend doing these exercises in a circuit. So you could do 10 reps of each exercise without any rest, then take a 30 to 60 second break and repeat it up to 4 times. And not everyone has time to go to the gym every day, so having a full body workout routine that you can do with absolutely zero equipment can be very valuable for those short on time or those without access to a gym. And by advancing through the variations for each of these moves, you'll be able to keep challenging yourself and get a great resistance workout. I hope you all enjoy this workout and learn a few moves, and I'll see you next time.